You okay?
So why does Lynn have to be in my class?
Well, Lance, in your class, because you guys are both in the transition class, so you guys are both old enough and mature enough to practice working and get ready to work in community.
He is rude. He is loud.
He is loud. That's true. Sometimes you aren't always with people that you like, you know?
I don't like him.
That's okay. You just have to, you know, sometimes you're with those people you don't like that much, and that's okay.
Okay.
How are you? Good. I saw your text. That's fine. Yeah, no, I get it. I feel like this month has been so insane. Oh, yeah. So fun. Sorry about Landon. I'm just trying to make it so his mom doesn't have to drive him to school anymore from East Point. This should be pretty quick too, but yeah, you can go. Oh wait, sorry.
What's wrong?
I accidentally turned the volume off instead of up.
Okay. Yeah, his goal for the last 2 IEP years was like initiating conversation and then maintaining conversation, which he can do, but McCaven, you don't really like to initiate conversation, do you?
No, that's a personal thing, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't really love that goal. Like, sometimes if they don't want to talk to people, like, I'm not going to make that goal for them. Like, I'm going to force someone to talk to someone else.
There, you don't want to.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to switch it. I did McCaven's testing, and based on that, his non-literal language was low. So I think I'm just going to do a non-literal language goal and
Love it.
leave it at that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Why force you to talk if you don't want to talk?
I don't want to talk.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
As long as you're able to advocate for yourself.
Yes. As long as you can communicate when you need something or when something's wrong or anything like that, like, and in a work setting, like when you're at work, as long as you're talking when you need to, that's fine. You don't need to chit chat if you don't want to.
Oh.
Yeah, not everyone likes to do that. That's okay.
I thought Lynn's going to another school.
Well, Landon's still at our school for now.
Oh. What time do you finish?
I don't know.
Is Landon too loud for you, McCaven?
Yeah, he's loud.
Yeah.
He bothers me sometimes.
Well, sometimes, you know, you guys both bother each other. It's not just a one-way thing. Like you told him earlier today, you do like playing video games. And when he said, no, I don't want to play any video games.
Oh.
So you guys both bother each other. And, you know, it's okay to be in a classroom with people you don't like all the time. You just kind of keep your distance and you do your own thing. And that's fine.
Yeah, when you're at work, like, you know, you're going to be with people that maybe you don't love to hang out with, and you just kind of have to tolerate it and work nicely with them, and then you can hang out with who you want to hang out with.
Like Miss Ham and I hate each other.
Oh.
But I've worked with people who I hate before.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I have before. And I just put on a face and I'm like, I'm not going to hang out with them like we're besties, but we're going to still work together.
Yeah, you can just be respectful and get what you need to get done, and that's all.
Yeah, you don't have to like everyone. Your stepmom texted that she's signing in now a couple minutes ago, so.
Perfect.
Do my parents have to be here?
Yes, they're part of the IEP team, so they still have to be here because they help make decisions about your education.
Oh.
Nothing about getting you in trouble or anything, it's just what is
Yeah, it's all
required.
good stuff. Just updating everything. Why are you nervous?
You're not in trouble or anything.
You don't need to be nervous. Yeah, we're all just talking. Just talking about what you've been working on and how you're doing.
I asked Coach Whiteside if he could add in your goals and stuff, and he said after PE. But she's supposed to be in the meeting. He's also had so long to do it.
I know, I honestly waited till the last second too, because I was like, I don't know what to do, but...
No, it's fine. Well, he's been texting me all day about shirts for Special Olympics, and then I'm like, are you gonna add in stuff for McCabe? And he's like, yeah, after PE.
The meeting's now. We're in it.
This month is gonna make me lose my mind, McCabe. Yeah, good stuff to say about you, like how you killed it with writing a day. She said that connection was bad, so she's gonna call him probably. All the bathroom people. I don't know if you've been hearing about the gates that are in the bathrooms now.
Yeah, one of my gen ed students told me about all of that. It's like, what?
It's so great. I almost stepped in someone's puddle of pee because they're protesting and peeing on the floors now. Kids. Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah.
Oh
Mm.
my god.
So they peed in the doorway of the bathroom.
Wow.
Become a teacher for the fame and the money.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
How are
Mom.
you?
I'm good. How are you all? The Teams was not letting me great, so I had to do the audio.
You're good. I appreciate you working hard to do it.
Hey, Mom.
I'm here too.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. I'm asking Coach Whiteside. He's being weird right now. I asked him if he was gonna be joining. He's not answering me right now, but he might join a little bit late.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure you got my notes of meeting, and I saw your message this morning. I can print out a copy and send it to you this week of the notes of meeting for you to sign. Do you have any questions about the parental rights or anything?
No, I
Awesome.
don't.
We're just waiting for an annual review that's on McCaven. No big deal. Nothing crazy happening. We're just gonna be changing his goals a little bit. On the call right now, we have Miss Brennan Roberts. She is McCaven's new speech language pathologist who's been working with us this year.
Okay.
Hi, where are you?
Hey, Miss Roberts.
Hi. Nice to meet
She
you guys.
will be going, I'm gonna let her go first today. She has to meet with a group soon, so I want her to be able to talk with you about everything before she has to go.
Okay.
I'm going to
Thank you, Maya.
go ahead and share my screen and go to present levels. We're gonna skip a little bit so she can just get through everything she needs to before going.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Sorry that I had to just go real quick and hop off. It's been crazy with IEPs this month, and I've had to cancel this group quite a few times. So I want to make sure I get to see these kids.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But I've seen we came in 30 minutes a week in the whole group setting. I'm also the one that's conducting his evaluation as well. So I year would be non-literal language, so like those common phrases like it's raining cats and dogs, some of those things, because he scored pretty low on the test for that area. As far as his previous goal, what we had been working on was initiating, maintaining, and ending conversations. McCaven is pretty quiet, right, McCaven? So he's not terribly motivated to initiate and like end, maintain those conversations. He is able to do it though. So when it's like a preferred topic, like video games or something like that, he will engage in conversation. It's just some people like to chat more than others, and he's just not really a chatty guy. And that's okay. So yeah, so that's okay. And I was reading his previous IEP, and it looks like he worked on this goal in his previous IEP as well. It was a little different, but very similar vein, like the conversation. So he's currently at a 65% accuracy with this. He does need some like encouragement to, engage in conversation with peers and things like that. But it's not a lack of skill. Like he's able to maintain a conversation. It's just he sometimes doesn't want to. Yeah. So I think we're gonna end that goal if you guys are comfortable with it. He did not quite meet mastery, but I don't really think that it's a good goal for him right now. I think he could get more out of the non-literal language goal.
Okay.
Based on the testing and just, talking to him and stuff. So, I made 2 goals, 2 objectives for that, and they're just scaffolded. So the first one is for him to be able to interpret non-literal language in a short story that's read aloud, and he'll have 3 multiple choice answers. And he'll choose the best answer. What we want him to do that in 4 out of 5 trials over 3 data collection points, and that's for the first 6 months of the IEP, and then the next 6 months of the IEP is going to be the same thing, but based on role play situations. So it'll be more pragmatic language.
Is it someone?
It's someone.
More like
Yeah, we could figure them.
My emails?
I'll pick your fingernail.
Oh, my fingernails. I was picking them.
Oh.
I was remembering them. Yeah.
3
I was just stressed earlier.
Good
question.
Multiple choice answers there. It'll just be based off of what he knows.
You do that too. Pick your fingers and you're like stressed. Yeah, I get it.
Sometimes.
For right now, we'll go over like the test results in the meeting that Miss Monique scheduled, and yeah, I mean, do you guys have any questions, comments, for anything for communication? McCaven, you too?
I just wanna, say that's fine, switching over, to the non-literal and then the short story and so forth, which I think will be good because, he will be finished with CBI, in December of this year, and so therefore he'll be working again. And so, that's gonna be great to get him prepared for that. And also, he has expressed to us many times and consistently, which we are definitely working on and going to ramp up for him to get involved outside and finding peers that are more his age and have more of his interest, because he's probably one of the oldest in his group, and so he expresses clearly that he wants to be around friends, new friends that he can have those said conversations with.
Right.
So we're looking into some outside sources. I found some adult groups that do video games that we're going to register him for and get him going with that. But I just wanted to give him that credit to say, he definitely makes that known to us that he wants friends around his age that have his interest and so forth. And so I think that's going to go well working with you, Ms. Roberts, the rest of this semester, and then his phone. So thank you.
Yeah, no, that's great, because I think that would be great for you, Haven, to,
That's
get
great.
into one of those groups. Because that is something that you're super chatty about, is, your video games. So, yeah, I think that would be awesome. And, yeah, I'm glad that you guys are doing that. That's great.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for the feedback, and for the support at home as well. And I appreciate you guys being so flexible. So thank you so much, and feel free to send me an email, or if you guys have any other questions.
Okay, and you vice versa.
Great, thank you so much. Bye.
Awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad you're looking into groups, because it's not even as much, like, it's not just you're a bit older than everyone. You also have different interests than everyone, and that's fine. So it'd be cool to get some people who have similar interests with, who can hang out with and talk to about those things.
I want to meet your friends.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay. I get that. Been in this school for 10,000 years, feels like, right?
Yeah, we looking forward.
I'm sure. Yeah. For today, he was last deemed as eligible for receiving services under the autism category in September of this year. It's my birthday, actually. And also for speech language impairment. So he will continue for his last semester receiving classes with me, which, no big surprise there. We're all, hanging out together. Then we'll skip back down to the present levels. This is his scores and everything. Basically just saying that he's eligible for services in the classroom. I said he currently attends the community-based instruction program at North Springs High School. So far this year, you've worked at the PACE Lab and at Solidarity Food Bank. You do different food prep jobs, right? And also clean stuff. Do you have anything you want to say about your work at all?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. I just want to give you space too, if you wanted to. He is able to navigate familiar settings. He is so great at academic stuff. He is able to do all of our, simple money math independently, adding up totals, finding how much each thing costs, finding out change. Really good at that stuff, really quick, really independent. Very, very good with that. He's also great at writing. Like today we did writing. He's always the first person done. He's always the only person who has no grammatical errors. Very good sentences when he emails me, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we also know he's able to he emails me, in the morning sometimes with different topics. So he's really good at communicating with people using his phone. And I'm sure he texts you all the time. Like, he was on top of it when we had that gas leak. He was texting you immediately about it. Which is, it's good that you're able to communicate like that. So one thing I want to shift a little bit on, because you only have one semester left before you leave, you fly from the nest. We're gonna do a little bit more money math. We're gonna be working on multiplication, division, and just being able to use that fluently. But also I want to work less on the academics, because he's kind of got, the basics, the things that he needs down. He's got writing down, he's got reading down, he's got math down. I want us to work more on his own time management and, his accountability and things like that. So we're gonna be working some on that this last semester and a half.
Okay. And will you continue the money counting part?
Yes, we'll keep.
I know you're good at it. Okay.
Yes, we will always be using it. It just won't be a goal, but when we go out in the community, I have them count out their own money. I have them do that stuff. We do money math every week, and they always have to find the totals. It's in there. It's just not going to be the only focus, because he's able to do it quickly, and then he's done. And it's like everyone else is still working on it, and he's already done with it. But we will, of course, still be working, retaining that knowledge.
Okay.
Yes. Because I don't want you to lose that
They're
skill.
working at the food bank right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They've been super accommodating there. He works with, the weird way it's divided up this year, it's all the girls stay at school and work because they're all the younger people in the class, and then all the boys who are older and have been in my class before go together to Solidarity. So he's there with, I know he doesn't like it, but he's there with Landon, he's there with Trey and Isaiah.
I don't like them that much.
Yeah, you don't like them that much. But he goes there to work with them because they're all eligible to work outside of school.
Right. And the feedback from the food bank was his performance good or?
Yeah, so I was going to talk with you about this. We were trying to consider to see if he would be able to go to Life maybe for his last semester. He just has observation and they are having him stay with me again next year, so he didn't get into Life, which is fine. And they said that he works, he's able to do the work. We just struggle with, like I was saying, you know, he's able to do the work, he does the work just when we're done. You know, you want to take a break after, but instead sometimes you have to be able to look around, think, what's the next thing I can do to help out around here? So I want us to work some on that, because that's really our area where we need to work on improving. And they were just saying like motivation while working, so like he's able to do it, we all know he's able to prep food, we all know he's able to clean, he does that stuff at school, he does that stuff I'm sure at home some. But just, you know, being motivated, and it's hard when you're not like doing it to make money. I get that.
Right.
So, you know.
But we're gonna be looking to, you know, for employment for this summer, maybe because they've done
Awesome.
work study at Publix, right?
Yes. Yes, we worked at the Publix,
so
Abernathy Square.
Was the Abernathy? Okay.
Yes, I know their management has switched a few times, but that was where we were.
I don't like my class too much.
You don't like your classroom too much? What about it?
I don't like my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're a little fed up with them. You got one more semester. One more semester of them.
They can be really annoying.
They be annoying.
Yeah.
Yep, we gotta be patient.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. We were talking right before, we were like, yeah, sometimes you work with people you don't like, right?
They're too annoying.
You know. I said I definitely work with people I don't like either, but you know, you put on a good face, you're nice to them,
Yeah.
and then you go home and you unwind, and you're like, phew, but I'm not with them anymore.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you know, you gotta work well together.
Don't like them that much.
And that's okay, but we still gotta be nice to them too, right? I was saying that areas that you need to work on is his accountability and, you know, time management. So I know he's able to go through a schedule by himself, but I want us to really work on, because this is feedback that I got from Life when he came back his first year with me. Was, you know, like being able to set a timer on your phone, be like, okay, once I'm done with this time, I need to let my supervisor know and then move on to the next thing.
I'm good at that.
Yeah. And just, you know, making sure we're always doing it, because like in Life, when you were left alone, you weren't always doing it sometimes. And just coming and telling me when you finish things, so that I can either tell you if you need to do something else or tell you if it's break time. So we're gonna work on managing schedules by ourselves, setting calendar events by himself. So like if you notice that it's going to be Special Olympics one day, you can put it in your own calendar. Just so when you're out of here and you have things coming up in your life, you can put them in your calendar. We're also going to work on trying to initiate moving on to the next task. So I finished this task, I noticed that there's still a box of beans that need to be put away, and I put away the box of green beans that need to be put away. I should put those away too. You know, figuring out those things, which I know you can do.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep working on improving math skills. So not just addition, subtraction. We'll work on adding in multiplication, so we can add numbers up quicker, division, so we can break down his totals better, but also still keep working on addition and subtraction.
Okay. Do you work on memory things at all?
Memory, it depends. Like,
you know, attention span, like it, or, you know, I guess that's what you mean by time management and things of that nature, using the tools to
Yeah.
remember to do something, or, you know, after a directive is given.
So usually I wouldn't necessarily have it as a goal for McCaven because he is, you know, able to do it, but what I would say is I would provide supports for McCaven to do it. So what we can do is like a visual task list and break down like, okay, you'll need to put away the beans. These are the different things that you will need to put away with like a picture next to each of them. So you know, and you can check it off yourself. One thing we could do is work on having a checklist, completing a checklist completely, and then notifying a supervisor. And I can add that into his goal. I have a goal that I wrote for he'll let a supervisor know when he is done. But I can also have one, when given a checklist, we'll complete a checklist and then notify a supervisor.
Okay, that's great, and we'll do that at home too.
Amazing. And yeah, I can definitely work that into either just our day-to-day at school, or I can also try to work it in at Solidarity while we're there. And I can work on that. I'm just gonna make a note to myself really quick.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to add that into under concerns for his education. I'm going to say parents want him to work on completing checklists of tasks, a task checklist. Do you have any other concerns at this time?
One thing I wanted to ask about, I don't know if you have a, you know, a list of like college programs in the area, and also, you know, him completing the program coming up in December and having those benefits with the county, I believe. I can't think of the name of the agency. What is it called?
GVRA?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also speaking with the transition person.
Yeah.
And how, you know, we transition after he's finished, and, you know, getting a relationship with them so that we can make sure that he's getting all the benefits that he's due after completing the program.
So, sorry, I'm making a note so I remember.
It's okay.
I didn't get a chance to go to the fair this year, which I missed. I've been having some health issues, so I wasn't able to attend. I like that fair. But at any rate, I just wanted to get a contact at that agency so that, you know, as we draw closer to the end of the year, you know, that I'm in touch with them and doing what I'm supposed to do in regards to finding out everything that he's eligible for in that regard, you know, it's employment and so forth.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to email Mitzi Jackson, our transition specialist, after this, and let her know. Mitzi Jackson.
Oh, can you spell her last name is Jackson?
Yes.
Okay, and middle, her initial is C?
M.
C-M?
She's Mitzi Jackson, so it'll be Jackson M.
Oh, Mitzi.
Mitzi.
I'm sorry.
You're good. No, I totally get it.
Okay, I got you.
And I can let her know that you're looking for some help with GVRA and services post-graduation.
Okay.
That
would be great. I would love to communicate with her, you know,
yeah.
way before the end, so that I know, you know, what I need to do to get prepared.
Amazing. Love that you're on top of it. Yes, I will email her, let her know that you're looking for some help with all that stuff, and she should have more information than I do about everything.
Okay. All right. And yeah, that was my only you know, concern. You addressed the others, and again, you know, we will work in tandem with you, and you know, and Ms. Roberts in regards to you know, the conversation, the checklist, so on and so forth. And like I said, I'm going to put in an application for him to work this summer.
Amazing. And I also, I'll go over this some more. I'll go over this some more when I go over the goals. But one of my goals for him is looking at potential jobs, applying to potential jobs. So
Okay, great,
we can work some together on that.
okay.
This is just saying that his performance is it is commensurate with his cognitive functioning, and he, like I said, is eligible to receive specialized instruction in a self-contained setting. It's what works best for you. It's what helps you the most. That is speech and language, which we already did. Daily living, he's able to maintain his own personal hygiene, eat meals. He's able to manage and navigate personal devices completely independently. He's so good at that.
Yes.
And we have no issue with transitioning. He doesn't ever protest. He's very flexible with his teachers, with his supervisors, which is amazing and I really appreciate. But typically, you know, he relies on like us to be like, okay, your time's up, you can have free trips now, whatever.
Yeah.
Which I know you're able to, you know, and it's so easy just be like, oh yeah, my teacher will tell me it's fine. But we're gonna work some on you being able to set your own, like Brisa does. Set your own timer and be like, oh, my time's up, I know I'm not able to have free trips now.
Right, and I know he'd be good at that because he's really good with his phone,
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't see any issues.
As a tool, and, you know, in addition to him using it for his entertainment.
Oh yeah. And I don't see any issues. It's more of, and the reason why I want people is just so we can get into the routine of doing it. Because I don't have any worries about you being able to. It's just, you know, creating that routine of, oh, I have something I need to do. Let me set a timer for 15 minutes. What was I saying? He gets along really well with supervisors, but struggles sometimes with interacting appropriately with his peers. I know you don't like everyone in the class, which is fine. And we all know this. Nothing, you know, against you for that. We all get it. But you're still very respectful with your supervisors. You never protest when we tell you to do something. And you're able to independently make decisions out in the community when you're saying what you want to buy, what you want to eat, whatever. And you independently make your purchases. I, of course, always stand there just to make sure it's all going over fine. But like when we go to Chick-fil-A, he's able to order by himself. He's able to pay by himself. He's really good at that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Next, Coach Whiteside.
I love you, Jimmy.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello, Coach.
sorry I didn't have a chance to put in his present levels. I can put them in after this meeting, or if I can do them while I'm talking. I have my days confused, so sorry.
No worries.
So McCabe's doing a great job in adaptive PE. He's reached his mile goal of running at average of 15:30, or running under 15:30 minute mile. Right now he's averaging about 16 minutes. He actually ran 14:50 January 29th, which is really good to hit a 14-minute mile, break that 15-minute barrier. One thing I'll say about McCabe, every time you do track day, he works his tail off. He'll follow directions really well. If I ask him to run, he starts running. If I tell him to walk, he starts walking. So he's doing a great job there cardiovascularly. For weight training, he's doing a really good job increasing his strength. He started using a 20-pound barbell with little rubber weights on the side, 10-pound weights. So he's able to do 3 sets of 10 for deadlifts, curls, overhead press, and bodyweight squats in a 20-minute period, which is really great. We're still struggling with the lunges at the moment, and I think that's more of a balance issue. But I'd like to continue to focus on the lower body strength and moving heavier objects. If he's going to possibly work in public, so which I think would be great. You might have to lift heavier objects like boxes or groceries for people.
Right.
So make sure he's got a good foundation of strength there. But overall,
Okay.
Gabe is doing great.
Mm-hmm.
We're missing when he has to age out
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
very
gonna
much.
miss me.
for sure. Do you have any questions for me or McCaven? Do you have anything you want to say, bud?
You're gonna miss me.
Is that,
He asked if you're gonna miss him.
yeah, buddy, I'm totally gonna miss you, man.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be weird without you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
He always loves to ride the bike after we're done with our activity for the day too, so he stays active.
Solid.
That's fine.
We have a
Yeah, we'll go
recumbent
right.
bike here. We can get that out so he can do that at home.
Yeah, it's what's the tricycle? I don't know. Is it a bike you have at home or a tricycle at home? It's like a big tricycle.
We have a recumbent bike, stationary recumbent bike.
That'd be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Get some exercise at home.
Be great.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes a day takes you a long way.
Okay.
What a second.
You like going somewhere? Going for a ride?
Going for a ride?
Mm-hmm.
Like moving around the bike?
Mm-hmm.
It's so pretty outside now.
God,
Yeah.
Get out there.
Yeah, you need to start walking while it's nice and cool.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Quite lovely today.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, ma'am.
Next I have special factors. All this is the same. His communication needs are being met through his IEP goals and objectives. He can access the curriculum through standard classroom tools and technology, so he's good there. Transition service plan. He has already gotten his Georgia High School diploma. I'm not going to read through all of his. They deleted what I put in. I'm not going to read through all of his requirements for getting his diploma because he's already fulfilled them all.
Okay.
But it's just all the classes he's taken.
Okay.
And also someone came and edited and deleted it, so I have to find them again. But we did an informal transition assessment during this semester, which was just me being like, hey, McCaven, what do you want to do when you grow up? Or once you leave, I guess not really even grow up anymore. It's in a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
He expressed interest in either working at GameStop or doing custodial work. He was saying
What was the first one?
GameStop, the video game store,
Yeah.
Okay.
which also similar like at the grocery store, you know, stocking things, managing the cash register, helping bag things, and doing custodial work, which he does a lot at his job site. This is all based on also his interest in or his skills in food prep, because that's what he's been working on for a while. You know, you do that stuff pretty well. It's pretty similar. You know, the grocery store job, GameStop job, all pretty similar, like retail. There's a lot of, you know, intersection between.
Okay.
This year you worked at Paystop as well as Solidarity Food Bank, like I said before.